Legs. Let's think about this for a little bit. What is my basic plan for legs? So I'm hoping that the rec center is not that packed because, I actually never really planned on doing legs at the rec just because they only had one leg extension and one leg curl, which, that's the last thing you want to see. Like, it's gotten bad before. I've seen 8 people in circulation on the leg extension. That is, let's just say that's not a situation that I want to be involved in whatsoever. But luckily they doubled up. They added another leg extension and another leg curl. So it never gets that busy. I don't mind working in, assuming it's not like a massive group. So, it's whatever. Right? You got to share the space. Nobody can just own it. But speaking of the hamstring curl, that's probably going to be my first movement just because I can't really think of a better starter for hams, Like, sure, you got RDLs, you got like stiff leg deadlifts, but I don't know. I almost feel like those are more so like movements where I'd want to go a little bit lighter and kind of focus on the squeeze on my hamstrings. Like, I really couldn't think of a movement where I'd be able to just do more damage to them than either a seated or a laying hamstring curl. So since all they have here is seated, that's what I'm going to use. So probably a couple of sets double leg, maybe a couple of sets single leg, just kind of to add variability. But it's still the same thing, it's like doing a set of curls alternating at the same time or, doing one at a time. You're still hitting the same muscle. It's really just kind of a way to change it up. But a little bit of that, kind of do some damage. Maybe do some RDLs. They have a little bit of an RDL machine, which is kind of cool. It's sort of like just lever arms. I mean, I guess you'll see in a couple of minutes, but I don't mind it. Honestly, I think my favorite, well, how about this? My second favorite setup for RDLs is RDLs on the Smith machine. So by the time I've done 8 sets of hamstring curls and RDLs, probably more so on the hamstring curl side, I'll hop on the leg extension. And then quads, I don't know what I want to do. I guess we'll kind of see. There's a machine leg press here that I kind of like. Something about the axis of it or whatever, because it kind of has a little bit of a pivoting motion. Something about that I kind of like. I don't really ever love like the plate loaded leg presses. I don't know. They just don't usually do it for me. So maybe some of that, potentially some squatting, maybe not super heavy. I'll see how my adductor feels. I've been kind of flaring it up. Like, I never have a moment of like injury when I'm fucking around on squats. But if I squat super heavy, it just hits me in the adductor. And the next day I can feel it. So I've been trying to add in some more adductor work and a little bit of stretching to try to counteract that. But, quads will be leg extensions, potentially some pressing, maybe some sissy squats. We'll have to see. Right? I'm going to get in there, warm up my calves a little bit, pre-hamstrings, just because, before you do any kind of hamstring curl, like, obviously you're really hitting your hamstring, but your calves kind of come into play too. They have a little bit of a, let's just say, they play a little bit of a role in the curl. And if I don't warm up my calves, sometimes I'll get a little bit of a pinch in the back of my knees that I don't like. So if I can freaking deal with that by doing a little bit of a warm up, then that's perfect. Same shit with leg extensions or, my knees, right? I can't just jump straight into heavy leg extensions or straight into heavy squats. I start light, warm up the area, and then when I'm ready, load up as much weight as I can handle for a legit set. So let's just get in there.